This conference will now be recorded.
Any doubts up to previous session?
No, sir.
Yeah, Vijay, I tried to create the if condition, but it's showing. Can I share my screen to you?
Yeah, I will make you present. Yeah, you can share.
Yeah, just a second. When I tried to create it, is showing this one is related to the pick list. So I searched on Google and it showed me to insert is pick val for the pick lists.
No, already I told you, right? When you are working with pick list values, yeah, if you want to convert that to string, then you have to take text off.
Okay. So how do I write this code? Can you correct this one?
1 minute. Yeah, I will explain from the first. You can delete everything as of now. It's correct only, but we have to make few changes. That's it.
Okay, fine.
Delete everything. That bracket also. Okay. Now in functions, take if. Just click on I. Okay. So insert if. Okay. No. Click on select any of the function and click on I. Insert function. Now here what is this? Logical test means here we have to write the condition. And
Yeah.
if the condition becomes true, it will return true. Whatever the value if true, value if false is there, right? If the condition becomes false, it will return true value. If it is false, it will return to false value. Now delete that logical test. Now this is formula field on the right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here, if rating is hot, I want to display 100. If
Yeah.
warm, if it's cold, it is 0. Now we have to get that pick list value, right? First of all.
Yeah.
So we have to use the function isPickVal. Select that isPickVal there. Scroll it down. Okay, insert. Now, what is that? On which field you want to work? Pick list field. And next, and which value? So delete the pick list field. Click on insert field. There select rating. Now from rating, text literal. What is the pick list value?
So do you want me to delete that one and put hot?
Yes, hot. Yes.
Okay.
Hot. Okay. If it is true, I want to display 100%, right? So
okay.
So delete value if true. There you mention 100. If this condition becomes true, it will return 100. Otherwise, delete that value if false. As of now, keep it as 0.
Okay.
Now let's check whether the syntax is correct or not. Calm down. Field does not exist. It means whatever the pick list value you are giving, you have to pick that in. You have to put that in quotes.
Okay.
Not that one. Not that one. Hot. Rate value, not field. Yeah. Now check the syntax.
Yeah.
Okay. 100.
Okay.
Let's save this one. Afterwards, we will modify one by one.
Yeah. How to save this one?
Come on. Click on next. Treat blank as blank only. You select that. No, 1 minute. Yeah. Click on next. Okay. Click on save.
Yeah.
Now let's go to account tab and go to another tab. Yeah. Open any of the record. Not in this. Okay. We have to again edit that field, right? So click back button. Click on back. Go to another tab, left side tab.
Left side tab.
So at top you have opened multiple tabs, right?
Yeah.
So open open that one. Now refresh this page. Come down. See
Percent 0%.
percentage
Yeah.
0%, because value is there. It is checking if the pick list value is hot or not. It is checking. So it is the condition becomes false. If it is true, it will return 100. Otherwise, it will return 0. Right? Now change the rating to hot. No, there in that record only. Yeah, edit that one. Select as hot. Now save the record. Now check the percentage. See, it is giving 10,000. Why?
I'm not sure.
So go to that field. It is multiplying by 100.
Okay.
Now go to that field. Right side tab. You go to that right side tab. Edit that field. Now you have to keep there in that formula. In place of 100, what we have to keep?
By 100.
By 100 means we have to keep it as 1 in place of 100.
Okay.
It is multiplying by 100. It is percentage, right? So it is multiplying by 100. Now you save the record and you check the output. Now everything will be correct. No need to check now.
Yeah.
Save that one. Now go to that record and refresh the page.
Yeah.
It's 100, right? Now go to that field and again edit that. No, not field, not record. Okay. Now same. Copy that eSpeakWell rating hot. Entire thing you copy. No, not entire thing. From eSpeakWell up to hot. Yeah, up to that. No, that brackets also. No, okay. No. Size. Not that bracket. From eSpeakWell, select from ease.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, that's it. Now here, if the pick list value is hot, then it is returning 100%.
Yeah.
If it is not hot, then it will go to false condition, right?
Yeah.
False condition means it is going to 0.
Yeah.
Again, in place of 0, write again if condition.
Here.
Delete that 0. Select if. Again. Insert. Now select that below you have mentioned eSpeakWell rating, right?
Yeah.
Select that one. Place that Control C. Yeah, there you keep that. Yeah, in place of logical test. Delete that logical test. Now, if the rating is warm, write there as warm. Then I have to return 50%. 50% means what we have to keep?
0.5.
Yes. Okay. If it is not warm, it will go to else false condition, right? There you keep it as 0.
Oh, sorry.
Delete that value 0. Now delete below eSpeakWell rating. Next line. I think syntax is wrong. At last you have to keep one bracket, I think. This is closing of if, okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Come down.
that's correct.
Yeah. Now save that one. Now go to that record and change the status rating. Warm. Now it will. Again you change to cold or blank, then it will update to 0.
Yeah.
Clear? Varshita, are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Now you are clear, right? How to display percentage?
Yeah.
You are displaying based on hot. If you are displaying 100, and based on warm, you are displaying 50, and cold and blank, it is displaying 0, right? Now,
Yeah.
based on this percentage, you have to display one flag.
Flag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Any doubts? I will tell what is that. Any
Yeah.
doubts?
No.
Clear?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Now I will share my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, now these flags are there, right? Take 2 or 3 flags. Okay. Upload
Yeah.
that in. Here we have one option, static resource. If you search here, static resource, click on that, and you save this flag on your desktop, on your machine. You can save that one and upload that flag in static resource. Click on new, enter. Suppose if I am uploading red flag, give name as some red flag, and choose that file, browse that file, and keep it as public, and click on save. Like this, you can upload 2 or 3 flags. Okay. Now, after uploading, again create one formula field. That return type should be text. Okay. If that percentage is 100, then I want to display flag as green color. If percentage is 50, I want to display that as orange color. If the percentage is 0, then I want to display that as red. Can you work on this?
Yes, sir.
So you can search in Google how to display uh, flags using static resource using formula field. Like this, you can search. You can change the text and you try to search. Are you what I said? Are you getting now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
If percentage is 100, display one color flag. If percentage is 50, display another color. Same. If percentage equals to 100, then you have to from static resource, you have to get that file and you have to display. Same. Just now how you wrote if inside the if. Same concept. In place of we kept 1.5, we kept, right? There
Yeah.
you have to mention how to display that flag. Same formula. Okay. Will you try that one?
Yeah.
Okay. And one more. And in that formula fields, we have case function. Here we have case function. See, here case. I will copy this one. Write one more formula. See, this is the format of the case function. Here expression. Here we have to write the condition. Okay, case of this function. If this expression value, if it will return something. If that return something is value 1, then I want to display result 1. If that returned value is value 2, I want to display result 2. Otherwise, else I want to display something. Are you getting this formula?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now here what you will do means, here from expression, here record created date is there, right? this is created date is there, right? Where is that created date? Otherwise created by. Okay, created by based on the created date, this date. From this this is date time, right? From this get the date. From date time, how you will get the date? How you will get the date from date time? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
How you will get the date from date time? Already I shown you, right?
On the day,
I
sorry, I didn't understand the question.
This is created by is a date time, right?
Yeah.
From date time, I want to extract date. How you will extract? I think you people are not practiced for formula fields, right?
I'll practice today.
Using date value. Date
Yeah.
value of date. Already when discussed in previous session, if you see that recording, you will get that one.
Yeah, the day. If you want
From
the month, you have to take the month value.
date value of created date.
Yeah.
Created date is date time field. From date time, I want to extract date means I will use date value of the created date field. Then you will get the date. You will get this date, right? From this date, I want to get the day. How you will get the day?
Day value of the created.
Day function. You have to use day function. It
Yeah.
means formula is day of date value of created date.
Created date.
Then it will return date, right?
Yeah.
So otherwise, not date means month. Month of date value of the created date. Are you getting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then this expression will return month, right? If you use month function.
Yeah.
Like month of inside this
Date value.
date value of
Date created.
created date. It means from created date I am getting the date. This is the date time field. From date time I am getting the date. From date I am getting the month. It means this will return 1, 2, 3 up to 14. Any one of the month, right?
Yeah.
It means it will return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, anything. So here you will mention 1. If it is 1, I want to display as January. If it is 2, I want to display as February. Again, coming to next line, 3 comma March up to 12, up to December you have to display. Will you do that one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which month on which month that record is created? I want to show that name like this: January, February. Okay, this is one. This case function you have to work today, and based on the percentage you have to display some flag. Clear?
Yes,
Mhm.
sir.
Next. Okay. Now today we are going to discuss about validation rules. So now let's switch to our Institute Management System application. Okay, I will go to students. I will open any of the record. Okay. Now here we are using based on the date of birth, we are calculating age. So now let's go and I will select any of the date. I will enter. I will click on save. Now date is age is displaying 20. Okay. Again I will go and I will edit this one. I will give like this. Now will it save or will it give error? Is it correct? Date of birth is correct?
Error.
No.
Okay. Is it correct?
No.
Will it give error or it will save?
Error.
Error. Okay. Now let's click on save. See, it is not giving any error. Now age is showing -10. From today we are subtracting, but we didn't wrote any restrictions, right? It will check only whether this field is having date format or not. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
So now validations rule will come into picture. Okay. Now validation rules. Validation rules is nothing but filtering of data in order to store good data. Now, whatever the data we are storing here, is it good data?
No.
No, this is not good data because date of birth is future date. So
Yeah.
in order to filter this data, in order to filtering of data, in order to store good data, it is nothing but validation rules. Okay. Now if we take few examples, this is date field, right? In some cases date should be future date. In some cases date should be past date. Can you say a few examples?
Date of joining.
Yes, date of joining should be
Future.
future date. Okay, if you book any train tickets or flight tickets,
Yeah.
so date of birth should be future date. And coming to students, suppose if you take this scenario here, date of birth should be past date.
Yeah.
In some situations we have to allow the date should be future date. In some situations date should be past date. As per the business requirement, we have to restrict the data. So suppose if you are working on any flight tickets, then there we should not accept past date. If you are selecting by mistake, if you are selecting any past date, we have to throw an error. Suppose in this scenario, the date of birth should be past date. If we are entering future date, here we have to throw an error. So then validation rule will come into picture. Based on the business requirement, we have to write the validation rules. So in this scenario, if date is future, then we have to throw an error. Suppose if you are working on flight tickets, there if the flight date is past date, then there we have to throw an error. There we should not accept past date. Here we have to not accept future date. Clear?
Yeah.
No. Types of validation rules. So there are two types of validation rules: standard validation rules and custom validation rules. Standard validations is nothing but it's provided by the Salesforce. Custom validation is nothing but whatever the validations we are writing, it's nothing but a custom validations. So in standard validations, there are 4 types. First one, unique. Unique means
So like different from any everyone. Like hello. Hello.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. First, it will not allow duplicates. Next, required data type width. So it will check whether the field is required or not. Okay. Next, it will check data type, and next it will check width. So these are all the 4. This comes under standard validations. So these are provided by the Salesforce. It will check when record is saving, it will check whether it is unique or not, whether it is required or not. It will check the data type and it will check the width. And coming to custom validations, as per business requirements, we will write the custom validations. For example, now if we go and I will switch to otherwise. See, now this is mandatory, right? We cannot save this here because it's a mandatory field. So it is checking whether this field is required or not. Okay, now I'll write it as test and I will remove this date and I will enter something. Now it will check. I will try to save this one. See, invalid date. Here it is checking the data type. This is date data type. So, but we are entering text. It means it is checking whether the data type is correct or not. And in some fields, we are if the text we can enter up to 255. But when we are creating that, it will ask, right, how many characters you want to enter. Did you remember?
Yeah.
So it will check for the width. Suppose if I mention up to 20 only, then we can enter up to 20 only. It means it is checking width. If there is any unique, if the fields, if we make it as any unique, then it means it will not allow any duplicates. So that it will check as unique. Are you clear about this four?
Yeah.
Next, custom validations. Now based on the business requirement, we have to write the custom validations. Now here we have to write the validation. If date of birth is future date, then we have to throw an error. So I will go to object page. So this is the detail page of the object. Here we have created the fields, and if you scroll down, see here we have validation rules. So here we have to write the validation rule. So we have to give the validation rule name, date of birth validation. Now if this validation should be fired, means it should be active. If it is inactive, this validation will not fire. Now how you will write the validation? Just like formula fields only, there we are calculating the values. Now here based on the value, we will throw an error. Everything is same, functions, everything same. See, all functions, date, logical, math, text, everything is same. Now here you have to tell how we have to check the condition. If date of birth is future date, I want to throw an error. How you will write a condition if date of birth is future?
If
Okay. Okay, if next.
logical test, I'll insert DOB field.
Okay. Okay, I have inserted DOB field. Okay, next.
Date of birth valid.
Huh? See, forgot about the formula. In general, how you will tell? Forgot about the subject and formula. If date of birth is future, I want to throw an error. How you will check in general?
Calendar, present day. If it's beyond the present day, then it will show an error.
Okay, if date of birth is greater than today, right?
Yeah.
Same. Delete this one. Date of birth field. Insert. If date of birth is greater than today, how you will get the today's date?
Today.
How?
Today.
Yes. Today returns
Current date.
today returns current date. If date of birth, whatever the date of birth we are entering, it is greater than today, then I want to throw an error. Simple, right?
Yeah.
Now let's check the syntax. Okay, no errors found. Now what error message you want to show? Date of birth, date
Does not exist.
should not
Okay.
be future date. I want to throw this error. Now this error message should be shown at top of the page or any of the page. It means I will save this one. See, top of the page means it will display here. Whatever the error message we are giving, it will display here. At field means at which field you want to show. Here error is there, right? Here I can show the error message. So now let's go and now let's show this error message at top of the page only. Now let's click on save. Okay, now I will edit this one, and I will, this date is future date, right? Now I will try to save this one. See, date of birth date should not be future date. It means now by seeing this error, we have to change the date of birth field. Otherwise, in which field it is showing, I don't know. So then we will show that error message at this field only. Now let's go there and I will edit this one. Now at field level, I want to show the error message. Select field, and at which field you want to show that error message. At date of birth field, select the date of birth field and click on save. Now I will click on save. See, now at this date of birth field, it is showing an error. Now it is at the top of the page, it is not showing an error. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's switch to sales application and let's work on account object. We will write some validations on account object. Now if I'm writing validations on account object, you have to work on standard objects as well as the custom objects. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I will go and I will click on validation rules. Now what error message I want to show. Now here annual revenue field is there, right? So annual revenue is there. Which data type? Let's open the fields. It's a currency. Okay, now let's write one validation, simple validation. Let's click on new. Annual revenue validation. Now it's currency, right? Click on insert. Annual revenue is greater than 1000. Then I want to throw an error. Let's check the syntax. No errors. So annual revenue should be greater than 1000. Sorry, less than, right? So if it is greater than 1000, I want to throw an error. So now at which field you want to show? I want to show at annual revenue field. Click on save. Now I will go here and I will enter test and I will enter if it is greater than 1000, it will throw an error. So I will give it as 5000. So let's click on save. See, annual revenue should not be greater than, sorry, should be less than, right? If it is greater than 1000, I want to throw an error. So message should be correct only. Annual revenue should be less than 1000. Yes, should be less than 1000. Now I will enter 1000. Now I will try to save. Why it is showing? Why it is saved? Annual revenue. Yeah, if it is greater than 1000 only, it will throw an error, right?
Yeah.
It is 1000. 1000 is greater than 1000. False. It means this validation will not fire. Okay. If it is greater than or equals to, if I mention like this, then it will throw an error. If I mention 1000, right?
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
Next. Let's write one more validation. Otherwise we can use that validation only. We will make changes in same validation. Now what I want to do, let's go to this record and edit this one. If this is greater than 1000 and if phone number is blank, I want to check. If the phone number is blank, and if the annual revenue is greater than 1000, then I want to throw an error. Now you have to say how to write the formula. So I'm deleting everything. Yeah, tell me. See, if the annual revenue is greater than 1000 and if the phone number field is blank, then I want to throw an error. Now you have to say, what should I write? Don't be silent. Come on, speak out. If
Amount that fields are annual income, right?
okay, annual revenue.
End condition.
Okay, what should I write? Tell me from the beginning.
Can you go back, sir? Okay, annual revenue and phone number.
Yeah, tell me what should I write? See,
Annual revenue must be greater than 1000 and phone number field is empty, right?
yes.
If annual income greater than 1000, we can use end.
And
Yeah,
I will edit this entire thing. Okay, now,
not directly end, sir.
huh?
No.
Yeah, tell me.
No. We have to use if condition also.
No, we have to use and only.
Okay.
Because I will tell. If annual revenue is greater than 1000 and
Yeah.
phone number, I want to check whether it is blank or so.
Yeah.
For that, I want to check is blank. Is blank of insert. Here I want to check phone.
Phone number.
Now it will check whether this annual revenue is greater than 1000. So I will enter 5000. So if I enter 5000, this condition will become true.
True.
Annual revenue is greater than 1000. True. Now is blank of phone. Now this phone field is blank, right?
Yeah.
So it will also become true. If both are true, and condition will be true, right? So now let's check. No errors. So should be less than 1000 and phone number cannot be blank. So I will display at top of the page. Now let's click on save. Now let's go and save this record once. 5000. Now it will throw an error or not?
No.
Hmm?
No.
No. Okay. Why it is showing error? There that condition is becoming true, right?
Less
Yeah.
than the
Yes.
I have entered 5000. So 5000 is greater than 1000.
1000.
It is
Okay.
this is true, and I'm checking whether the phone field is blank or not. Yes, it is blank. So it is also returning true. True, true. What AND condition returns? If both are true, then it will return true, right?
Yeah.
If this returns true, this validation will fire. Then this message is displaying. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now. Okay, I will enter phone number, and here I will enter as 500. Now it will throw an error or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, now let's click on save. No, it is not giving any error. Okay.
Because we have
Here,
entered phone number.
here I have entered 500. 500 greater than 1000. This returns false. And this I have entered phone number. It is all I have entered, right? It is not blank. So it will return false. False means it will return false, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I will delete this one. Now it will throw an error or not?
No.
No. Click on save. See, it is not thrown error because I have entered 500. 500 is greater than 1000. False. And this is blank. Yes, it is blank. True and false. Clear?
Yes, sir.
How to use and condition?
Yeah.
Same. Otherwise, now I will make some changes. Now here I will check same. Is blank. Is blank of annual revenue. Now we'll check what I wrote. If both the fields are blank, then it will throw an error, right? So is blank of annual revenue, is blank of phone. Now I will save. Will it save or it will give an error?
Error.
Error. Okay. Is blank of annual revenue. It will return true or false.
False.
False. Is blank of phone.
True. False. So no error.
False. Then it will not give any error.
Okay.
Try to see first. First see the conditions what we are writing. Okay.
Yeah.
I will enter phone number and I will remove annual revenue. Now it will give error or not? See, phone number I'm entering 123 and annual revenue I left blank. Now check the condition and tell me whether this validation will fire or not. It will give error or not?
No, sir.
No, because this is blank, it is true, and this is not blank, it is false. True and false means and condition will return false.
False.
Click on save. Now I will make some changes. Now I will use OR condition. We can use OR, right?
Yeah.
I check no errors. Click on save. I will click on edit. In OR condition, I'm checking is blank of annual revenue and is blank of phone. Now let's go and edit this one. Now you have to say. Now I will try to save this one. Will it give error or not?
1 second, sir. So, false. It will give error.
Why?
What?
Because it is a true condition in OR. So there won't.
Is blank of annual revenue. Yeah, it is true. And is blank of phone. It is false. Right?
Yeah.
True and false means our condition will return true.
True.
If any of the condition is if both the conditions are false, it will return false in case of OR.
Yeah.
Right? It means if any of the field is blank, it will give an error. Save. Will save. Why? Yeah, it is giving error, right?
Yeah.
If any of the field is blank, it will give an error. Now I will delete this one. Now it will give error or not?
True.
True. It won't give.
True. It
Won't give.
it won't give. Okay. Why it is giving?
Hmm.
See, this is blank and this is also blank. Both are true. Both are true
False
means it will be true.
condition.
Right? If it
Yeah.
is true, then validation will fire. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I will enter here. Now it will give error or not?
No, it won't give.
Okay.
Don't give.
Why it is giving error? See, I think you are getting confused. See, I am writing R condition. If any of the condition is true, it will return true, right? What is R functionality? If both are false, it will return false, right?
Yeah.
If any of the condition is true, it will return true. Now, in R condition, I am checking is blank of annual revenue and is blank of phone. It means if any of the condition is true, it will return true, R condition.
Yeah.
If it returns true, validation will fire. Here what happened? Is blank of annual revenue? False. It is not blank. Is blank of phone? It is true. True and false. True and false means
True.
it will return true. If the condition is true, validation will fire. Now here I will enter something, phone number. Now it will give error or not. Check the condition and tell correctly now.
Yes.
It will give error or not?
I think it will give.
No, sir, it won't give, I guess.
Okay, Suraj.
I'm not sure, sir. I think it will give because both are true.
See, don't guess. Check the condition. Here what I am entering values in annual revenue and phone number. Now check
Yeah.
the condition and say correctly. Okay, don't guess. I am entering value in annual revenue and phone number. Now check the condition and tell me correctly.
It won't give error.
It won't give error. Varshita?
Same, sir, it won't give error.
Yes, it won't give error because I'm entering two values. It will check is blank of annual revenue. I am entered annual revenue, so it returns false. And I have entered value in the phone number also. It will check and it will return false. If both are false, it will return or condition will return false. If the condition becomes false, validation will not fire. Clear?
Yeah.
So,
Now. So I'm not creating more validations. Otherwise, we can create, no problem. Otherwise, we can edit in only one. Right? Again, I have to enter every validation and time waste, right? So I'm making changes in only one formula. Okay. So no. There is one function, length. So it returns the number of characters in a text string. So length of text. So we have fields, account name. Length of that account name is greater than 10. Then I want to throw an error. It means I want to enter only up to 10 characters. I want to display field name. Let's go and save. So I will edit this one and I will enter something. So now how many characters are there? 9, right? So it will get length of this account name. It will get 9. So 9 greater than 10. Is it true or false?
false.
It is returning 9. 9 greater than 10 means false. So this condition becomes false. Validation will not fail. Now I will go and I will edit again. I will enter. It will return more than 10, right? 12 or 13.
Yeah.
this length,
Yes,
Cloud
sir.
validation error.
right? 13. So let's click on save. See, I have entered 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. This is 9 characters and test 4 13. So that it will return 13. 13 greater than 10. Yes, true. If this condition true, validation will fire. It means if I want to get the length of the any field, then you can use length function. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next, if is pickval, where is that? Okay, now in pick list field, if the rating is hot, then I want to throw an error. Hot. Check the condition. No errors. Rating should not be hot. So I will go and I will say it will give error or not.
No.
Okay, click on save. Now it didn't give any error. Now I will change the rating to warm. Now it will give error or not.
Yes.
Why yes? Why it will give an error? Now I will change it to hot. Click on save.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't change the. I am displaying the tag field name field. So if the rating is hot, I want to throw an error. It means is equal rating hot. It will check whether the rating is hot or not. Then it will throw an error. See, rating should not be hot. Clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Next. Now I will use one more. Okay. Is change checks if the field value is different from prior value. Prior value means previous value and current value. It will check if the field value is different from prior value, then it will return true. Now is changed of insert rating field. Now it will check. It will check what is the current value and what is the previous value. If the current value is different from prior value, then I want to throw an error. It means if any of the field is changed, then I want to throw an error. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
If this field is changed, then I want to throw an error. Rating can't be changed. So I will display top of the page only. Now click on save. Now I will click on save. Okay, now it is saved. Now I will edit this one and I will save this one. Will it give error or not?
No, sir.
No. Click on save. Because rating B didn't change, right?
Yeah.
If I click on edit, now I am saving. Previous value is warm only. Now I am saving. Current value is also warm. That's why it's not giving an error because it will check the value is different from prior value. Now prior value is warm, right? Now I am changing to hot. It means I have changed the rating field right now.
Yes, sir.
Now I will save this one. See. If any of the field is changed, then I want to throw an error. Then we have to use is changed function. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next, we have is clone. If the record is cloned, see here, I'll click on cancel. Here we have a button. See, oh, clone button is not there. Okay, I will keep this button. Click on edit layout. This page layout concept is there. Tomorrow we will discuss. We will discuss in detail tomorrow. Click on buttons. Clone. Why it is not displaying? Clone button. Okay, I will check. Okay, we can clone the record. Here clone button will display. Otherwise, let's check for another object why it is not displaying. See, like this, it will display. Now let's write one validation. In account, it is not displaying. I will check. So now let's write the validation on contact object. Come down in contacts, validation rules. Click on new. Cloning validation. So I will check here. Is clone. Checks the record is clone of another record and returns true. It means we are cloning the record. If we are cloning the record, what is cloning?
Copying the
Coming back to-
details.
Same record we are cloning. I don't want to enter same data, right? If I
Yeah.
don't want to enter same data, then I will click on clone. It means this record is different. Now I'm trying to create new record. This record is different, but I didn't enter any values, right? This record is cloned from the another record. If the record is if this record is cloned from another record, I want to throw an error. So is clone record can't be cloned. So I want to display at top of the page. Click on save. Now save. I will click on clone. Now this record is cloned, right? So I will make some changes and I will click on save. See, this record is cloned. That's why we are unable to save the record. And let's go to contacts tab and let's try to create new record. Now let's click on save. Now it will not give error.
Yeah.
Right? Are you getting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir.
Next. Let's go and account validations only. Now let's check one more function. Is new. Checks if the record is new and returns true. It means if the record is new, it will give error. It will give error means 1 minute. I will delete this one. If I don't want to allow users to create a new records, then I want to throw an error. See, is new. It will check. I will check the syntax. No errors. New records can't be created. See, now I will go to accounts tab and I will click on new. It means I am creating new record, right? Then I don't want to allow users to create a new record. Then I want to check is new. Where is that? Okay, is new. Click on save. Now go to accounts tab. Click on new. Now are we creating new record or updating existing ones?
Updating existing.
See, I am going to accounts tab and I'm clicking on new.
New record.
New record.
Creating new record. There we wrote the validation is new. It will check whether it is this record is new or not. This record is new or old one?
New.
New. See, new records can't be created. If you want to update anything, go to the existing records and update anything. It will not give any error, because this record is not new, because this already this record exists in the database, right? It means this record is not new. This is old record. If I try to create new record, it will check. For existing also, it will check whether it is new or not. No, it is not new. It is old one. That's why the validation is not firing. Now this record is, I'm creating new record. It means it will check is new. Yes, it is a new record. So it is throwing an error. Clear? Any
Yes,
doubts?
sir. No.
Try to work on this all the functions. Have you gone through this all the functions?
Not all, but
No.
yeah, I've been through some.
Okay.
We'll practice it today, sir.
Okay. It will not. You can't practice in one day. Daily take 4 or 5 functions, not more than that. Okay. Try to work. See, I am using only one condition, right? See, now I want to show an error for the old records. Now what you will do? If the record is new, I am showing an error, right? I don't want to show for new records. I want, if I am updating any existing records, I want to show. Then here we have a function called not. See, not. In this, I will write it as is new. If I mention only is new, it will check for new records. It will throw an error, right? Is new. If it is not new, I want to throw an error. So not what it returns. If it is true, it will return false. If it is false, it will return true. Not new. Then I want to throw an error. If I want to throw for new records, then I have to mention only is new. So let's click on save. Earlier it was showing error, right? Now
Yeah.
here we'll check. Click on edit. Now this is new record, right? I'm creating. I will click on tab. Click on new. Now I am creating new record. Now it will check there. Whether this is a new record.
Yeah.
Are we creating new record?
Yeah.
Yes, it means it will return true. I am making not of true. Not of true means what is the functionality of not? If it is false, it will return true. If it is true, it will return false. So this is true, right? True.
Yeah.
I'm that true means I'm making it as not. It means it will return false.
False.
False means this validation will not fire. So I can save the record. Now what I am doing, I will update this record. If I am updating this record, it will check whether this is new. It is a new record.
No.
No, already when the record is saved means it's a old record.
Old record.
So is new means it will return
False.
false. Not of false means true.
True.
If it is true, this validation will fire.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So try to work on this. Try to work. Earlier I told you, right? And condition or condition. In that I'm mentioning only one. I'm checking is blank of annual revenue and is blank of phone. It means I'm writing only two conditions. First you try with one conditions. Next try with 2 conditions. Next try with 3 conditions. Try to make changes in the records. See, already we wrote in AND condition and in OR condition we wrote, right, is blank of annual revenue, is blank of phone number. Then I am entering values in 2 fields. Again I am removing one of the field. I am removing all the values in the fields and I'm trying to save. I'm checking will it give error or not, right? Like this you have to write multiple conditions. By writing multiple conditions, you will get more clarity. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So as of now, I'm telling only small formulas. Coming to real time, we will work with more conditions. Okay, in one day you will not get everything. Today you practiced with 1 or 2 conditions, means tomorrow you have to go for 3 or 4 conditions. Okay, try to keep and condition inside the or condition inside the and. Try to use like this. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you practice like this, then only you will get more clarity. Whatever the formulas I am saying, whatever the validations I am saying, if you practice this, you won't get anything. It's a basic idea for you how to use this one. Okay, you have to spend more time. Try to keep more conditions, right? And conditions inside the or. Inside the or conditions, write two and conditions. It means, so first I will write or condition. Inside here, write and condition, comma, and condition. So in this you write first condition and second condition. Here write third condition and fourth condition. If any of the condition becomes true, it will return true, right? Suppose here I am checking is blank of rating. Control C. Is blank of account site. Same I will write here. Is blank of phone, comma, is blank of email. Now if any of the condition returns true, here it will return true, right? We are writing two and conditions inside the or. Now let's check. I have entered the rating field and I have entered the email field. So I think let's keep it as facts. Email is here, it is not, right? Facts. I have entered rating and facts. Now based on this you have to say, will this, if I try to save this one, it will throw error or not. I have entered rating as well as facts. Now you have to say. I have entered rating and facts. Now you have to say whether this validation will fire or not. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, don't get confused. Just you check or condition, right?
Yeah.
Or, okay. Now and condition, right? And of, again and. So now here it will return is blank of rating. I have entered rating and facts. Now you have to say is blank of rating. It will return true or false.
True.
Huh?
True, I guess.
I have entered rating and facts. Now I'm checking is blank of rating. It will return true or false.
True.
True. Why it will return true?
Because in and condition, like,
No. Forget about everything and condition. Is blank of rating. See, inside and we wrote is blank of rating, whether we are checking whether the field rating is blank or not, whether the site is blank or not, phone is blank or not, fax is blank or not. Now I am checking inside and I am checking is blank of rating. Now you have to say I have entered rating as well as the fax. Now you have to say this one is blank of rating. It will return true or false.
Um.
Huh? Is
False.
blank of rating.
Is blank of rating we entered, so false.
Yeah, tell me.
False.
Can you be louder?
Is blank of rating, but we have entered something in rating also.
Yes. Then it will return true or false.
False.
False, because we have entered the rating. I'm checking whether this
Yeah.
field or blank or not. I have entered. It is not blank, so it will return false. Next, is blank of site.
Can you just go back, sir? We have entered nothing, so true.
True. Okay. Next, coming to second line. Is blank of phone.
You have entered. You didn't enter anything, so
Yeah. Now it will return
true.
true. Why?
You didn't enter anything.
Yes. Next, is blank of facts.
False.
False.
So we have entered, right? So it's a false. No.
Time, but
Yeah. Tell me.
nothing.
In or condition. Now and condition false and true.
False.
False. False, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Comma. And condition true and false.
False.
False. If both are false,
False.
our condition will return false. So it will not give any error.
Error.
So now you have entered site also. Site also means it will return true, right?
False.
Sorry, it is also written false, right?
Yeah.
Same. False means false only. So I will remove this one, as well as I will remove rating also. Sorry. Now what will happen? Is blank of rating?
False.
Why false?
True. Sorry. True.
Is blank of rating? True. Is blank of site?
True.
It will return true. So this one is true and this one is false. It means bad. True, right?
Yeah.
It means
So
it will return true. Then validation will fail. It means if both these fields are blank, then it will throw an error. If these two fields are blank, then it will throw an error. Are you getting?
Yeah.
So now I have entered rating and I have entered site, but I didn't enter phone and fax. Then this condition will become false and second condition will become true, right?
Yeah.
It means if these two fields we didn't enter, otherwise these two fields we left it blank, then I want to throw an error. Then you have to use like this, or inside or two ands. Like this, you have to practice more conditions. Are you getting what is this scenario?
Yes, sir.
Suraj?
Yeah.
So try to work with small formulas. Okay, small validations. Then day by day you have to increase one condition like this. You have to practice more. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Then I will give one scenario. Create one status pick list field. Okay.
Yeah.
This keep the pick list values as new, pending, approved, rejected, reopened. Create one status pick list field, and pick list fields are new, pending, approved, reject, and reopened. Suppose, for example, if you applied loan in the blank, that status will be new. If your file is submitted, then it will be in a pending stage. If it is approved, it will be in an approved stage. If it is rejected, it is rejected. So if your file is submitted, then it will be in a pending. If it is approved, it will be in a approved stage. If it is rejected, it will be in a rejected. When the status is changing, can be our file again, we can update to new condition. Suppose if your file is submitted, then the status is in pending stage.
Yeah.
From pending, can we change it to new condition?
No.
No, right? If you try to change from pending to new, then I want to throw an error.
Okay.
Are you getting this scenario?
Yes, sir.
This is the pick list field status. In this pick list field, these are the pick list values. If I change from pending to new or approved to new, rejected to new, anything, then I want to throw an error. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So then how you will write the formula? How you will check the condition?
If condition and or else or like previously I have said for or and
Okay.
like that.
Using and condition. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you have to check what is the current value and what is the previous value. Okay.
Yeah.
Using prior value, we will have one formula. Prior value, it will return the previous value. Okay.
Yeah.
Using prior value, and how to get the current value? Pick list value is pick val. What is the pick list value we are selecting? That we will get in the is pick val, right?
Yeah.
And what is the previous value? Using prior value returns the previous value. So using this is pick val and prior value, using and condition, try to write this validation. If the status is changed from something to new, if it is pending, we can't change it to new, right? If it is approved, we can't change it to new. If it is rejected, we can't change it to new. We can reopen if it is rejected. Okay. If the status is pending, then I want to, if I change it to new, I want to throw an error. So using and condition, take previous value and current value. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir.
Without using prior value also we can do. It means if I am changing from pending, if I am changing from pending to new, then I can go for prior value. But if the status is anything, then I am changing to new, then I want to throw an error. How you will do? Simple, using and condition. Inside and, it means we are changing from status is changing from something to new, right? If that field is changed, I want to check whether the field is changed or not. Then what is the function is there? Is changed is there, right?
Yeah.
If the field is changed, if the status is changing from pending to new, it means this field is changed. Then we have to use is changed of the status field. Then what is the value? If I am changing to new means is pick val of new, that status comma new. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Like already I am saying, try to implement this one. Is changed of status. This field is changed and is pick val of status. It means if I now let's think the status is pending. I am changing to new. Now let's check whether this field is changed or not. Is changed of status. It will return true or false.
Status.
See,
True.
status field is there. There are some few values are there. I'm changing. Let's say status is pending as of now. Now I'm changing to new. Okay. Now I'm checking. Is changed of status. It will return true or false.
True.
True. Yes, it is true. And is pick value of status. I want to get the what is the value. If it is changing to new, the value will be new. Here I will write. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
So it is true and it is also true. Try to implement. Try to using these conditions. Try to implement this one. Okay, this entire formula is not correct, but I am giving idea how to write.
Yeah.
So if check whether the field is changed or not, or pick list value is new. If it is new and the status is changed, then I want to throw an error. Clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, otherwise you can search in Google validation rules in Salesforce. You can search in YouTube and Google. Then you will get more scenarios. Try to implement that one. Okay, try to work on this simple validation rules. Then you can go in depth, one by one, step by step. Okay, within 1 or 2 days you can't get familiar, right? Because you are new to this. Like this, you have to create your own scenarios and try to work on that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so Salesforce is a MVC pattern. Okay, MVC pattern. MVC pattern is nothing but model view controller. So model is nothing but database. So whatever the app, object, tab, fields, relationships we have created, if data and record, everything will be there in the database. Whatever the data we are storing, that will be there in a database, right? So model is nothing but database. So whatever the app, object, tab, fields, relation, we have created this everything, right? Apps, tab, fields, relationship. We call them as structure or schema. Okay, and we will enter the data and we will save the records in the database, right? It's nothing but instance. We will call them as instance. And model is nothing but database. And controller, model, view, controller, MVC pattern. So view is nothing but user interface. User interface nothing but, this is nothing but user interface. How user looks the screen. So like this. Coming to view, we will create, when we enter into development, we will create Visualforce pages. That is for user interface. So that comes under view. So that is nothing but view. Controller is nothing but backend logic. Whatever the coding we are going to write, everything will come under controller. So what clear about model, view, controller?
Yes, sir.
Model is nothing but database. View is nothing but user interface, how user looks the screen. That is nothing but user interface. Controller is nothing but backend logic. Suppose in controller we will get validation rules. Validation rules are two types, standard and custom. Custom is nothing but whatever the validation rules we are writing, it comes under custom. Standard validation rules are required data type unique. Are we checking any data type? I have changed the data type, date data type, and I have entered something. Then it is showing an error, right? So did we write anything for that logic? No, it's a standard validation rule. It's a provided by the Salesforce. It's a backend logic. They will check backend. They will check. So whatever the custom validation rules we are writing, so backend it is checking, right? Whether the date of birth is future date, we are throwing an error. If the rating is hot, we are throwing an error. If any fields are blank, I am throwing an error. Where it is checking, backend it is calculating, backend it is checking. So backend logic, whatever Salesforce is providing standards and whatever the custom validations or logic we are going to write, everything will come under backend logic. So we will check everything in the backend. So that comes under controller. So it means it will control. Are you clear about model, view, and controller?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. So just I will wrap it in 5 minutes. Okay. So we wrote one validation on student object, right? Let's go to object detail page. So when the object is created, 4 standard fields will be created. So we have created custom fields, and here how many validation rules we are writing. Here we can write the validation rules. And when object is created, one layout is created. And if you come down, see custom fields, we can create up to 500 custom fields in our developer edition. It will vary sandbox to sandbox. So till now we have created 15 fields. And how many relationships we can create? 40 relationships. How many relationships we have created? In student object, how many relationships we have created?
3.
3. That is 2 master details. That is to from student we have created 2 course and faculty master details, and one is lookup to branch. Total we have created 3 validation rules. And workflows, approval process we didn't discuss till now, and active workflow rules. It means we can write up to 100 validation rules on an object. So how many active validation rules are there? So only one, because we wrote only one validation and we made it as active. If I disable this one, I will make inactive. So click on save. Now if I come down, see active validation rules. So we can write up to 100, but how many active validation rules are there? 0. But we wrote one validation on the custom object, right? Student object. It means we can write 100 validation rules, but active validation rules are 0. If I make it as active, it will become 1. So clear about validation rules? Why we go for validation rules?
So
Okay, try to work on the formula fields as well as validation rules. And tomorrow we are going to discuss about page layouts. Okay.
yes.
Try to complete everything by tomorrow. Okay. If you have any doubts, we can discuss tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sir.